What's up, MetaNerdz? This video is all about a very unique New Republic carrier known as the Vindicator. Most of its stats are unknown, but we can use these X-Wings in the Millennium Falcon as a reference point to try and figure out how big this thing was. They are both located on the landing strip, with the X-Wing being 10.5 meters wide, and YT-1300s being 25.6 meters wide. By using some Photoshop magic, we can see that 10 X-Wings fit on this first part, and if we assume that each side is of equal length, we get 20 X-Wings, or 210 meters for the landing strip. But we also have to include this forward part, and assume that it is mirrored on the other end, with each being 2 Falcons in length, or 70 meters, so 350 meters for the total length of the Vindicator. We can also tell how wide it was by using the Falcon, with 3 easily fitting, with this extra space looking like it was about half the Falcon, for a total of 90 meters across. This would make the Vindicator more than 2 times the length of the CR-90 Corvette, and just a bit longer than the Arquitens class light cruiser. And it was about twice as wide as the CR-90, or 2 Jawa Sandcrawlers plus an A-Wing. For defense, it contained at least 8 dual heavy turbo laser turrets, which honestly wouldn't have done much considering its restricting firing arc, and so it would have been supported by other capital ships, and plenty of starfighters. This would act as a base of operations and rallying/refueling point for the New Republic fighter squadrons spread across countless star systems, with the Vindicator being able to coordinate movements of allied ships across the galaxy with these massive hyperwave transceiver arrays, technology that can detect and transmit signals through hyperspace. The way this ship works is that the fighters and light freighters would set down on this landing strip, and then be brought into the hull via a series of elevator platforms. This whole deck was exposed to space, so the pilot would have to wait until the ship had been fully transferred inside of the carrier before they could exit their craft. This landing strip would double as a staging area, with squadrons of fighters like the X-Wing, Y-Wing, E-Wing, and A-9 Interceptors being lifted to the deck to group up and deploy all at once when given an order. This particular NR carrier was stationed near the planet Amud, in the corporate sector of the Outer Rim. It was a part of one of the New Republic's most important missions, the capture of Emperor Palpatine's final reincarnated body. The fleet of starfighters that the Vindicator was able to deploy helped to get past the defenses of the infamous Eclipse II and ultimately bring Palpatine to justice. So that's it for its history, but you definitely want to hear these cool facts and behind the scenes stuff. It appeared in the Legends comic Empire's End 2, Rage of the Emperor, which was released on November 28, 1995. This ship was of course based on real-world aircraft carriers, which also have elevators that can raise and lower ships and supplies down into the hold. And I imagine many people watching this may think that the ship is a bit silly, maybe cool looking but not very practical, but it made me think about how you can make a Star Wars ship that uses a large hangar bay shield, but instead of just being like a small window on most capital ships, it could instead be an enormous bubble like a Gungan shield, which would still allow ships to land and assemble on this strip. This being space and all, it would be interesting to see something that used the aircraft carrier landing strip, but had it go out in all directions like an enormous jack. So definitely let me know what you guys think about the Vindicator, and what you think of this MetaNerdz variant. But that's it for the New Republic's carrier, the Vindicator. If you want to connect with us, help support this channel, or get your own copy of that comic, be sure to check out the links in the description. Special shout out to our supporters over on Patreon, but most important of all, remember, if it's cool enough, it doesn't have to make sense. And the Force will be with you, always.